Welcome, Mr. Polotox. Now, as you guys know, there has been massive news that is coming up from Nashik TCS that HR and few other people, they were running a racket for last around 4 years, where they were forcibly converting Hindu women inside TCS, and that news suddenly popped up around 2 to 3 days back, and Nashik police, the lady police, those cops, they went in disguise as a housekeeper, and they observed that for multiple weeks the allegations that employees have given them, those were true. Now suddenly TCS, they were reluctant to accept this complaint. So ultimately police has to step in, and as you guys know that HR has neglected their complaint, because HR also belong to the same peaceful community. Now why I am saying all this is that there were around 4 to 6 people, they were doing this conversion, and the target were non-Muslim people. So in India, obviously that target will be the kafirs. Those kafirs are who? The Hindus. So Hindus were targeted, and they were they were trying to forcibly convert Hindu women. Now, in one of the podcast of, I forgot his name, but the guest was Raghav Chadda. As you guys know, he is from AAP, that's Aam Aadmi Party, and suddenly he said that this love jihad and the whole story, this is a planted story of BJP. There is nothing called love jihad. There is nothing called forced conversion that is happening in India. They are all planted stories of BJP and RSS. That is only to polarize the people's sentiment. Now this is what he is saying. Now, okay, for the time being, let's say that whatever he is saying, that might be true. Let's give him a benefit of doubt. Now, my memory, how much I could recall, I have a childhood memory as well, but I will take you guys around 10 years back, 10 to 12 years back. That is Syria, that is West Asia, Syria and Iraq. And during that time, suddenly ISIS was in the news, and suddenly ISIS was capturing the lands of Syria and Iraq. And there is a place in Syria, that is Sinjar Mountains. You can Google it. In Sinjar Mountain, what has happened during that time? There is a community called Yazidi. Now they are Kurdish speaking people, and ethnically they are related to Indians. They are Indo-Aryan. They are the derivative of Indo-Aryan tribes, and they used to live those mountainous areas of Syria and Iraq. Now Yazidi, their rules of life, their culture, that is completely different. So obviously for that part of land, those Yazidis and Kurdish people, they are kafirs. So in India, Hindus are kafir. In Nigeria, Christians are kafir. In Syria, Yazidis and Kurdish people are kafir. And in Israel or in the Palestine area, Jews are the kafirs. So the formula remains the same, but I will zoom in on the Sinjar mountain. You can type Sinjar mountain, Syria, and you will get all the details. Then you just type ISIS massacre in the Sinjar valley or the Sinjar mountains. You will get all the details. Now, what has happened in the year 2014-15 during that time? When Syria was going through a civil war, there was completely lawlessness inside that country specifically. Now suddenly ISIS got traction, and different terrorist group, they came together and they started one new so-called new state, that is Islamic State, and they starting beheading people, beheading anyone who doesn't follow their religion. And their beheading method was a very same, that is called halal, I guess. So they will put a very sharp knife in the neck, in the front part of the neck, and they will just cut the windpipe so that heart would keep beating, so that all the bloods will go out, and that victim would get a very painful death. So this is the way to cut or to decapitate one prisoner, or you can say the kafirs. Now in the Sinjar mountain or with the Yazidis, what has happened around 6,000 or 5,000 women were abducted. Now they follow the same prototype. You have to convert the women, forcibly marry them, and you can sell women in the market. And all the men, they has to be executed. Either they will be either the men will be executed, or they will be forced to accept their religion. So whatever you saw, or whatever the news that you are getting in Nasik, that women were for they were forced to convert their religion. Now the same thing has happened in the year 2014-15 in Syria. And mind you, there was no BJP, and there is no BJP in Syria and Iraq, Iran, in that place. So when someone is saying that it's a conspiracy of BJP and RSS in the year 2014 and current, now also there is no Modi, Amit Shah, Yogi in Syria. So this argument completely fake, and it falls apart, that it's a conspiracy of BJP and RSS. Now, yeah, coming back to the Sinjar mountains. So Yazidi, they were fleeing from every village where they lived, and they thought that if they would go in the shadows of Sinjar mountain, they will be safe. But obviously, when they are leaving their home, and when their homes are attacked from the gunmen or from the terrorist, now how much amount of food or how much amount of medicine they can take. So ultimately, many died in the mountain itself, out of starvation, out of lack of medical facility. There were no water, and many people lost their life. And when the terrorists just closed in, when they saw the villages where Yazidi people lived, they lined up men and they summarily executed. They just fired in the head, and they're dead, and they died. There's some men's where heads were chopped, and you can see all those videos. They are there in YouTube. There are proper documentation of what has happened to Yazidi people in Syria in the year 2014, 15, 16, during that window of time. Now, what just I am trying to say, just you can see the playbook. The playbook remains the same all across the world. Just we need to open up our eyes that who is the perpetrator and who is the victim. Because if we don't identify that who are the perpetrators and what is their playbook, then we can't defend ourselves. So first, if we need to defend ourselves, we need to know the playbook of our enemy, how our enemy is working. So they have their playbook that you have to kill men, you have to kill the kafir men. If that kafir man has agreed to follow that religion, then you can leave him. But women, they have the same fate. Either they will sell, they will have gang rapes, they will have all sexual violence, they will sell the woman in the market. And these videos are there in YouTube, by the way. And I also, this same formula has been applied in the year 1990, during that time, the early 1990s, with Kashmiri Hindus, the Kashmiri exodus. So when someone is saying that no, this is a completely outlier, this event has no connection, and this is a propaganda. This is not a propaganda. These things has already happened in the past. It is happening now. The news of Nashik is a raw news. So in the future also, similar kind of things will happen. And obviously in UK, you have heard this term called the grooming gangs. What they do? They basically try to convince the white English girls, because obviously they are beautiful, and the southeastern people, when they migrate over there, they try to lure them, and ultimately they push them to convert their religion. So that's why you can see this kind of sudden demographic disbalance inside England. So you can obviously see this forced conversion and all sort of things inside from England, and very soon you will get some bad news from that part of the world. So what just I'm trying to say is that prototype, the playbook of perpetrators, they are the same. They are just following the manual. So there is nothing to get that, oh my god, how these things are happening. No, it's this is their playbook. We need to identify how they are playing the game. And to Hindu women, and you need to be very much aware that what is happening around the world, especially if you study the Middle East, what things have happened in the last 10 to 15 years. There, someone might give an excuse that in the year 1990, when Kashmiri Pandit exodus has happened, when Kashmiri men were summarily executed, those videos are not there. But the videos of Syria, ISIS, what they have done to that specific country in Iraq, those videos are there. You can study what has happened with them. So this is what I just wanted to convey with you, and it's a long form video, obviously. And there are a lot of things to share with you on this topic, and topic that is related to the geopolitics. So one by one, when I will get a time, I will just keep uploading. Till then, thank you. Goodbye.